Our next item. I read a newspaper article that seed oils are responsible for the rise in colon cancers in young people. What's going on?
Seed oils. What's going on with this one article in particular is a gross misrepresentation of science for clicks. That's what's going on. So we might as well make this the sick of the week. Sick of the week. All right. Seed oils, they get such a bad rap, and for what? The basics are that seed oils are things like canola oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, grapeseed oil. They are processed in a way that they are shelf stable for longer than other pressed oils like avocado or olive oils. And they take a higher cooking temperature to start smoking or burning. The buzz you usually hear about seed oils has to do with the fact that they are high in omega-6 fatty acids like linoleic acid, which we'll come back to in just a second. They're used in a lot of ultra-processed foods too now because they're part of what we used to replace partially hydrogenated oils, also known as trans fats, when we passed laws to cut down on added trans fats. Now, to explain what's going on in this article, I think it's best that we start with the article and work our way backwards towards the science. The article states that, quote, doctors are warning that cooking oils used by millions may be contributing to the explosion of colon cancer, end quote. It goes on to say a new study found high levels of bioactive lipids, in this case, arachidonic acid, in the tumors of people who have colorectal cancer, and these lipids are pro-inflammatory markers that help tumors grow and prevent the immune system from fighting them. But the thing is, the paper wasn't looking at seed oil consumption as a contributing factor to these tumors. The only time seed oils were mentioned was in the intro, when they stated, and I quote, the Western diet, low in fiber and rich in omega-6 fatty acids such as linoleic acid, a metabolic precursor of arachidonic acid, has been strongly linked to chronic inflammation and colorectal cancer development and progression. So basically, they're setting up background on the importance of the study by theorizing that because we eat so many seed oils which contain linoleic acid, which breaks down into arachidonic acid, which is what is found in tumors, then seed oils likely contribute to colorectal cancer. You still with me? Great. Only problem is that's not true. Even in the paper, they cite 3 sources as evidence that there is an established link between omega-6 fatty acids, like linoleic acid, and colorectal cancer. But one study says the ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 intake was not related to colorectal cancer risks in this cohort. And another saw a trend towards an association between high linoleic acid intake and colorectal cancer, but said epidemiological evidence has not shown a conclusive association. And the third study didn't even mention omega-6 fatty acids. It was about the benefits of omega-3. So kind of one of those things where I hope nobody hurt themselves stretching that hard. And while I know seed oils are the new enemy on social media with a lot of health influencers, quote unquote health influencers, the reality is they're fine. Research has repeatedly found that high intake of linoleic acid is not associated with an increase in inflammation. In fact, people with high levels of omega-6 fatty acids are often at lower risk of things like cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and early death. We talked about it in our ultra-processed food episode, but an overconsumption of these foods is almost certainly contributing to poor health outcomes in the population. But seed oils are not the only thing in these foods, and there's currently more evidence that omega-6 fatty acids are better for your health, certainly compared to animal fats and lards. So, to get back to this week's Sick of the Week, I'm going to give it to reading an inflammatory headline and asking yourself, did the study give the bad thing to human beings and see the bad outcomes? Or is this some sort of reaching?